Okay, YouTube. I've done some. So I've got. This is a laptop which I've actually installed. I've ended up installing Windows on. It was one I'm going to use as my sort of backup laptop in case my main one sort of goes balmy or anything like that. So it's not too bad. It's basic 1.6 Atom processor. It's nothing too fancy. I've installed Windows 7 and everything else on it. It's currently doing updates and everything of that nature. I had to reinstall my main laptop because I was doing a couple of things. I was basically trying to get Windows 8 to work on it, but I just couldn't quite get Windows 8 to function the way I expected it to. So what I'm doing is just rebooting this. Yeah, I had problems getting Windows 8 sort of going the right direction, basically. I ended up reinstalling Windows on anyway. Fresh copy, pretty much, without all the bloatware that ASUS normally put on. So, yeah. Just basically a bit more of a clean install. So I did that. Yeah, aside from doing that, what else did I end up doing? Basically, I just ended up reinstalling things of that nature. I have to, I think I've got most of the drivers on there now, most of the bits and pieces of software and stuff that I need. I ended up finishing a client's computer, which is right here, Sony Vaio. There was a problem with the screen, but it doesn't really matter. He doesn't really want to fix the screen. He just wanted to install Windows on it. Basically, uses it as a basic work laptop sort of thing. So I got Windows installed on that. If I can just get it to work. There we go. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so basically there's this screen issue, but he doesn't really care about the screen issue, because mainly it's not going to affect how the system works, how the system performs. He's mostly going to be doing, I think, university work on it anyway. He's a student sort of thing, so any of that type of stuff is, yeah, basically, that type of stuff, it's going to be pretty simple to do, or pretty simple to fix up. Just put my password in. Okay. Okay. So I've basically installed. I've installed most of the software on here. I've got a couple of games on here, and a couple of old games that don't need. A couple of old cracked games that I had from years ago. I probably should get these on Steam. No, actually, I think I've got most of these on Steam. Some of them, anyway. Yeah, no, I think I've got all of them on Steam, almost all of them, except maybe The Godfather 2 and Singularity. I haven't been able to find Singularity on Steam at all. That's my major issue there. But I mean, basically installed my common software that I would use for work-related items, specifically, if I can get it to load. So, just some freeware software, GIMP imaging, image editing, Mozilla Antivirus, which is the basic free one, Microsoft Word, Qubit torrents, Paint.net. I basically installed a combination of software that I normally use. So yeah, as you can see. So yeah, basically Acrobat Reader, Audacity, CC Cleaner, Malwarebytes, which common Malwarebyte and malware type stuff. I also I end up installing. So this is basically my system. Well, basically the system I'm using anyway on my laptop, which is an Intel Core i5, 2.50 GHz. It can go up to 90. It could turbo boost all the way up to 300, and pretty much 8.0 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, so I've got 8 gigabytes of RAM in there, which is pretty good. That keeps me going and keeps the system pretty strong. I've got 2 4 gigabyte sticks in there. I'll probably show the inside of my laptop too. So that's pretty much it's got a 750 gig hard drive, which is portioned into different portions. It's got the local portion, which is the Windows So I will change that to actually change that label to Windows 7. I'll change that label to Windows 7 just to match up with things. So yeah, basically on my main drive. As you can see, Windows 7 portion, which is 293 gig, and then over here I've got work data and games, which has got some of my work data and my work related files. So my work stuff, that's non-work related stuff. So work, games, yeah, combinations. So that's anyway. That's it. So that's pretty much my laptop, or the way I'm going to have it set up from now on. I got Skype on here. I will probably be putting Trillian on here so I can keep an eye on my Twitter on here and everything else, but at this point I'm not majorly miffed if I do, because I mainly keep that on my main computer. So I need to do some more updates, I think. Okay, let me check for updates. Basically the Windows updates seem to be the thing that take the longest in most cases. Like when I'm doing updates, even the updates on this computer that I did for a client, which I just used his old license on it pretty much, and Windows 7 on there previously. So basically all I've done is just reinstall Windows, put my freeware sort of programs on there. As you can see, you know, I've gone to 9i.com, put all the freeware programs I could find, and close that anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much the client's computer, which is fixed up and ready to go. He should be picking it up today, maybe today or possibly Monday. So yeah, what about a little Sony Vaio? I did have to get an extra part. Well, I mean, it'll come in handy for all types of computers, especially ones that don't have CD-ROMs, because this one doesn't have a CD-ROM, as you can see. It just doesn't have that type of stuff on there. It doesn't have any of that. Blurry. Yep, so it doesn't actually have a CD-ROM or a DVD-ROM or whatever. It doesn't actually have that, so I need to install. Okay. Security updates. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to install those updates. So, what I will end up doing, close and install. Alright. So what I'm doing this one is I've just put Windows on here as well, just for my own personal use. It's just so I can have types. So I'm probably going to use this as a little writing book, so I can maybe start writing a novel if I feel like. Because I dabble in writing novels and things like that, and writing books and stuff like that occasionally. So I thought, bugger it, might as well. So what I've done with this anyway is I've installed a few things on it. I had to use an external CD-ROM for this too, which is basically the part I picked up, which I'll show you the part I picked up. Essential things, or essential stuff you should definitely have. These are things that I carry in my toolkit and carry in my laptop / toolkit bag. Definitely things you should definitely have access to in a given situation. So, right, as you can see, I've got a CD-ROM, which is a Samsung DVD writer portable version, which you just plug it all in and away you go. You're about to install stuff. Floppy drive, just, you never know, because you can sometimes, I do have clients that have data on floppy drives. It's really quite surprising, but you do. This is my little portable, I think it's about 750 gig. Yeah, it's about 750 gig, 750 gig, I'm pretty sure. So that's Western Digital Passport drive, which copy data and sort of, be able to get data and things like that. That's a USB 3.0 drive. I got that. What else have I got in here? I got a few other bits and pieces too. I got a portable charging kit. Well, not portable charging kit. It's a portable charger for my phone, which is a little solar-powered unit. It's basically stuff I carry in my main laptop bag. I also have a toolkit as well. Mouse, spare USB wireless adapter, just in case I need it. Always stuff I definitely carry as essential. so I'm going to whack those back in there anyway. But yeah, that's the type of stuff that I tend to carry around with me. So most of the time I would leave the floppy drive plugged into a computer, but occasionally it's always good to take that type of stuff with you as well. So, so what else? So yeah, install Windows on this. Install Windows on that little PC in the corner there. Actually see it, just focus a bit. So that's PC that I was working on. I put Windows X or Windows 7 on it. It's not too bad. It's not great either. It's not the greatest, but it'll do. Here's my toolkit. Just basically different screwdriver sets, voltage tester. This is to do an electromagnetic radiation detector, just to see which we've got in there. And then here is my digital thermometer. Just kind of quite handy. Check the temperatures for the thermal leaks and things like that. And it's also good for checking CPU temperatures too. Cable tester, which I don't know whether you can actually see that, but sort of there, sort of not. Combination of. So yeah, I should probably put that in. But that's my cable tester, which is very nicely. It's cables and keeps it all together anyway. So yeah, that's my cable tester, my multi-tool. Just a nice little multi-tool. As you can see. I did have a cheaper one, but I bought this online a while back, which just wasn't too badly priced, and it's pretty nicely put together, and it's a very solid piece of kit. Okay, so I got that. Keep a few essential items in here: cables, adapters. I've got Bluetooth, little female to male adapter. Cross-reference one. It's a mini gender changer, pretty much. That's what they call it anyway. You can actually see that, but you cannot see that for the life of me. That's the annoying part about autofocus. Sometimes it don't work correctly, but anyway, it's a little gender changer thing. So you got that. As you can see, my toolkit itself. And this little Medion PC, which I'm just basically using as a sort of backup to my main computer, or my main laptop, really. Just in case, and sort of go away on holiday. I don't want to take the expensive one, or the better one with me. I can take this one just as a backup sort of thing. Basically, I mean, that's pretty much what I've been doing. I also probably end up opening. I'll probably end up opening and actually show you the inside of my laptop. I mean, nothing too bad. I've got a 4GB sticks of RAM, 750 gig hard drive in here, so the hardware's not too bad on this. So I mean, it's not overly bad. I had a problem trying to get Windows 8 on there, basically, where Windows 8 would keep reverting. I don't know, that could be related to my internet having some issues as well, so it could be related to that. It's a possibility, it's a distinct possibility. I don't know, but I'm just going to assume on that. That's pretty much it. I mean, most of the time, if I work on something like a desktop computer, I'll have it over here on the bench. I put this over here for a purpose, because I put it over here pretty much when I'm working in a dark area, or if I need to shine on the inside of a computer and things like that. It's sort of, you know, it's a bit more, gets in there a bit more, which is good. It's not bad. I actually ended up putting one of them on my desk, because I did have another one. I had a blue one here. I ended up using that on my desk. Got my little automatic screwdriver there, which is not bad. And I have a motherboard over there in the corner, which I need to test. need to test basically and see if it works. Just see if I can get things working with it anyway. Got a few sets of laptop hard drives, reconditioned ones, a couple of reconditioned hard drives on their own, a floppy drive which can go internally, which not very much call for those all the time, but occasionally from time to time. Spare parts for some laptops and things like that. Well, you can actually see, but yeah, that's a combination of different parts. I need to got back plates and old holders and things for inside the computer and stuff. Got some old cards there, which one of them's just on the floor at the moment, which I'll have to get that up. I think it's an old sound card. So yeah, and my air compressor, which is right there. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it. I mean, most of this, pretty much all my stuff on my bench serves a purpose. Now this right here is something I can use, which I picked it up. It actually came from my little spotting scope that I've got, but it comes in handy for a camera too. I put it on a camera and you can pretty much adjust your camera to suit the situation pretty much. Be able to see things and zoom in on things and get that angled shot, whether it be just right here or you sort of angle it correctly. So that's basically just handy for taking close-up shots of hardware specifically that I'm looking at. Spare RAM, some spare thumb drives. They're spare thumb drives, but probably some of those I'll end up selling. There's a couple of thumb drives there I can sell too. What else? CD-ROMs, DVD-ROMs, one Blu-ray drive, which is from my old computer, which is from my computer, which needs to be, which I think honestly needs to be redone. I think, not redone. Which I think honestly needs. Where is it? It probably needs to be fixed a little bit. The front plate on it broke anyway, but I mean the actual drive still works. There's nothing wrong with the drive. The actual drive don't have any issues. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's this whole work environment. I use part of the kitchen table as well, and part of my workbench, depending on what I'm working on, which particular type of computer I'm working on. If I'm working on a laptop, so spread out a bit over here, basically. And you got the workbench computer, which pretty much contains backups of like clients that I think I've deleted most of them now because I only keep them for a certain parameter of time, and then I just pretty much end up deleting them. Let's have a look. Power on. So pretty much the bench computer does. I can do my internet research, get drivers off it. Yeah, it's pretty much for that purpose. It's not it's got 8 gig of RAM, 3.0 gigahertz processor. It's only a Core 2 Duo 2, Core 2 Duo, which it's nothing. It's not the most fanciest computer, but I mean at the same time it does pretty well. And it was sort of part that I picked out between another gaming computer that I ended up, a mid-level gaming computer I ended up selling. So what do we got? Pretty much I do a combination of things on here. I have a replacement drive pretty much for as a workbench computer. Put my password in. It's nothing really. I mean, the password's not really anything fancy on this computer. I think it's like 8 backwards or something. I don't know, something like that. It's nothing. It's not a really complex password. Namely, because my dad uses this computer as well when his computer, when I'm doing stuff with his computer and things of that nature. So I figured putting a less complex password would help initially. So about that. As you can see, pretty much. I mean, I got pretty much. I try to keep a consistency. I try to keep a consistency between the computers that I work on, which is pretty much that they all have this app shortcuts folder, which has all the different freeware apps and everything else on there. Depending on the computer, I'll add some extra apps depending on the situation, of course. If there's photos and stuff from my dad's computer or something, backups and stuff. So basically, I've got how many drives? I've pretty much got. That's a 10,000 RPM drive, which it's a drive that I got reconditioned. I got reconditioned from a place I do volunteer work. That was not a bad little drive. It does pretty well. It's only about 80 gig, but you know it still works anyway. So there's that drive, which is 80 gig. What else? So we got that. Games drive, client drive, which is client. So we've got client data, games, which there's a couple of games that I do actually have on here. Just old ones that I don't play anymore. Or sorry, these are testing games mostly. These aren't really games that I play all the time. They're just more of a testing platform for things. So we got that, and that. What else? That's pretty much it, I think. And I've got Skype on here for my dad. Just got my dad's Skype account on here. Then I got what else? I haven't actually updated anything on this for a while. Excuse me. Fucking hay fever. Always annoys me. I really hate hay fever. I mean, I'll just clear my system out. I'll probably take some nasal spray shortly. That should fix my system up a bit. So what I've got is that. Now, this is basically your local drive, which is Windows 7, games, client data, and everything else. I mean, I keep all this sort of, that type of stuff on here just mainly because it works best to have it on a separate computer when I'm backing clients' computers up and stuff. What else? So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's just some of the work I do. Depending on the client's computer, of course. If it's a more complex computer, towers I tend to work on the bench. All-in-ones I tend to either work on here or I work on over here, depending on the situation and depending on the all-in-one. I've had a couple of all-in-ones which are they're okay to work on. They're not great, but, I mean, if they have hardware issues, it's a little harder to diagnose sometimes than your desktop tower, but yeah, it's not too bad. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there, YouTube. Thank you very much for your time, and do stay tuned. I've got more videos coming up, obviously. Subscribe to me on... follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitch, and Google+. All of those. I'm pretty much available on those. I'm also available if you want to actually poke me with a message or anything like that, or just talk or whatever, so that's all cool. Alright, thank you very much, and catch you, YouTube. Bye.